Hey everybody, we are back with seafood pilau, or in the States, y'all call it seafood rice. So, this is my new cookware, part of my new cookware line, pots that you can get on my website at phenomenalfoodbychefholly.com. This is what we're using. Now, these are some of the ingredients. It's not some of everything. We have some garlic, onions, lobster base. We have a tattache or a red bell pepper that I actually didn't use, to be honest with you. We have scallops, we have shrimp, we have fish that we're going to fry. This is just some of the stuff. We're using my essential seasoning that you can also get on my website at phenomenalfood.com. And so we're just going to go ahead and season our scallops with a little bit of kosher salt. And we're going to get that pot is already getting hot, hot, hot with some oil. And we're also seasoning the shrimp with my essential seasoning or my all-purpose seasoning. So with that hot oil in that Dutch oven or the French oven, whichever you want to call it, we're going to go in and lay those scallops to get a nice crust on the outside of those. Then as they're ready to turn, they will give, and you'll kind of see them get a little, color at the bottom. Yeah, there we go. That's perfect. So we're going to turn those over, and we're going to get them brown on the other side. And then we're not going to cook them completely all the way, but just about all the way. We're just really looking for that good color so we can get that nice look inside of our seafood pilau. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take those off. Look how pretty that color is, y'all. Isn't that pretty? Alright, so take those off, and we're going to go ahead and add in some onion, as much onion as you like. This part is basically up to you. So onions, celery, carrots, mirepoix. Then you can add your tattache or your red bell pepper. It's up to you. I did not. I seasoned it with my essential seasoning. And then we're going to move on from there with some dry thyme. I love dry thyme. Cook with a lot of dry thyme. It's not just an Italian seasoning or herb. Add garlic as much as you like. Fresh garlic. I put in smoked paprika, about a tablespoon. Smoked paprika gives that nice cooked outside taste. And then I use a 1 packet of Goya Sezzles. So let's go ahead and mix all of those in and start stirring up all those little bits that are going to release once we add in some white wine. So you can use cooking wine or regular wine, whatever you have. You're going to put in probably about 1/4 of a cup, and you're going to get all the little bits off of the bottom now because they're going to release. And you're going to let the wine cook down. And then you're going to go ahead and add in your lobster base. I did 2 tablespoons of lobster base, but in hindsight, for these 4 cups of rice, I wish I had used 3 cups of lobster. 3 tablespoons of lobster base. 3 to 4 tablespoons, actually. But like I said, this right here, we're just putting things together. So now we're going to add in some Goya green olives with pimentos. I poured off most of the juice and just used half of the bottle. And that's another thing. Add as much as you like. If you want a whole bottle, put the whole bottle. So here we go, adding in the 4 cups of rice. Now, when I come to adding the water to the rice or whatever, I don't do 2-to-1 with my parboiled rice. That's a little crushed red pepper for heat if you want it. I don't use 2-to-1. I use like 1-to-1, and then I add a little bit more water because I feel like it makes the rice too soppy for the wrong word. For the wrong word. For the best word I could think is kind of soppy. So I go ahead and I add that. And plus all that water ain't gonna fit in this pot anyway. But with this Dutch oven, you don't need to do 2-to-1. Really, you can do 1-to-1. I don't know if I said 2-to-1, 1-to-1, but anyway, I do 1-to-1. So whatever amount of water, rice I put the same amount of water, and then I add like a half more. That's my explanation for that. So let's say I use 1 cup of water. 1 cup of rice. I'm gonna use 1 cup of water and another half a cup. So we added crab. I added cayenne pepper. I added all of that kind of stuff. I covered it. I put it in the oven on 400, and I let it just kind of bake. And the crab, you use any kind of crab you want. I used lump crab. It was kind of expensive, but it gives the best flavor. And here's the top of my cookware that you can order on phenomenalfoodbychefholly.com. This was in the oven for about maybe 30 minutes. I pulled it out and fluffed my rice with a fork. As you can see, my rice is not overcooked. It's perfect. It's not soggy. It ain't wet or nothing. So that's why I do my rice the way that I do my rice. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and put the raw shrimp on top of the rice, and we're going to add the scallops, and then we're going to cover it and put it back in the oven for another 15 minutes because we just want these shrimp just to cook through. I didn't put them in ahead of time because I didn't want my shrimp to be hard and rubbery like you're chewing rocks. And that's just the leftover liquid from the scallops that I just poured into the rice, cover it up, put it back in the oven on 400 for about 10 to 15 minutes, just till my shrimp are nice and cooked. Then I went and I took my fish that I seasoned earlier, put them in my meal and fried them. And when those fish come out, it takes about maybe 8 minutes to fry, probably a little less. When they come out, I put my chicken sprinkle seasonings that you can also get that chicken crack on phenomenalfood by chefholly.com's web store. Put my chicken crack on there, and then I'm gonna start putting everything together to go ahead and eat this meal. Put a little parsley too for cook. I think the parsley just gives it a nice little pretty kind of look. It don't really change the flavor or nothing, so you don't really gotta put it on there if you ain't want to. Okay, so then let's go ahead and reveal our pilau, or seafood rice, is what you guys call it in the south, seafood rice. Um, and this is what you got with our shrimps fully cooked now. We're going to put some fresh lemon juice on top of it. We're going to add some parsley just for color, some crushed red pepper just for a little bit of look. For garnish, you don't have to put it in if you don't want to put it in. It's completely up to you. That's the fresh, up to you. There's the fresh lemon that goes on top, and you can go ahead and serve it. And I would suggest that you also eat it alongside with my pepper sauce by Phenomenal Food by Chef Holly, which is made fresh at my location in Forest Park, Georgia. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye bye.